So she said
All
it was
right.
a yeast infection. I don't know if I- hey.
See, I'm trying to be professional here. Show a professional show. This is episode 40 of the Vinyl Collection. 40.
You know what's professional? Starting on time.
Hey, it was you guys gossiping and gossiping. I couldn't get. Anyways, let me start the show. This is the Vinyl Collection. This is a live chat where we come to you live on the internets and we go through our vinyl collection. We've been going through it piece by piece. We open them up, see what's inside, see what they look like. We don't get to play them. We just get to look at them. It's a bit of a tease. And we see the conditions, see what's inside of it, see the lyric sheet, the inserts, posters, whatever's inside. And geez, we've been doing this for 40 episodes. We're coming up on an anniversary, a 1-year anniversary of doing this show, which is even crazier. So that's something else. I want to welcome you guys in the chat. Feel free to talk all you want in the chat, and we will respond and talk to you. And it'll be a great time. We'll just have a great time. Anyways, I want to take this opportunity to show you the guests I have, the co-hosts I have, my collaborators in the Vinyl Collection. They've been here almost since the beginning. Great bunch of lads to have. They've been waiting around for a while, so you never know which. You get empty windows, passed out guys. It's all good. It's all good. See, we already have Derek in the chat. Hey, Derek, good to see you, sir. Thanks for coming on by the Vinyl Show. My name is Bill. I'm your presenter, and we will go through our collections, and I'll try to moderate what these guys are up to, because there's always a lot of craziness with these guys. So we'll try and get things going. It's a big show. We got a lot of guests. Sometimes you don't get to a lot of vinyl. We'll do our best. Better get started now and introduce our friends that are here. You got Kevin buried on Mars right beside me. Oh. He is. I think he's in Texas right now because he's got his full winter wear on the inside.
No, I have electricity. I have power, so I cannot be in Texas.
I guess you have infrastructure then, so
yes.
You're good. And right beside him, he's going by his rap name, Little C. Got Curtiss over there with the duck.
Little C.
Short C.
Short C. Very, very.
Okay. Well, let's get to old C here coming up.
Now, hold on. Next to call in was Matt Bandy. Matt Bandy comes in. He's on the bottom. It's good to see you, sir. Beard's looking great.
Thank you.
Another great toque as well.
Yep. Give me a 5.
Yep. There you go. Get your hand games out of the way.
Nice.
And of course, bringing in all the zany wackiness, we got Chris Roberts, who didn't get COVID.
Nope.
We were concerned about him last
week. They're very concerned, saying me and Little C was being irresponsible, but we are very responsible adults.
2 masks.
I had 2 masks.
Yep. We were rocking the 2 masks, except when we were making out.
I know you guys were very close last week.
We were completely clear of COVID.
I even saw you guys sharing a chapstick at one point on the screen.
We shared a lot of things, Bill.
Well, the cherry one tastes good.
Right. Yep. No COVID. We're good. So
anyway, and of course, say hello to toque. That's how we've always learned.
A toque there?
That's we've only known to call those toques in Canada. Toques.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it's a cold weather thing. We would never imagine wearing that in warm weather. I remember seeing that for the first time on TV shows where, people were wearing toques in the summer and stuff and skateboarding. I'm like, what are they doing? Oh, it's a knit cap. Crazy. I was going to say hello to Chris Roberts, #1 fan, Denise.
Hi, Denise.
What's up, D-Nice?
Nice.
And Derek, my other host, we're still on hiatus. We've been on hiatus for about a year, I think.
Derek was on the show in time, wasn't he? Didn't he call in once?
He did call in briefly. Yeah, that's right.
That was a good one.
That's true. Now I'm afraid to put the link out nowadays, considering last week.
I don't know.
That was rough.
with William.
Yeah. May he be getting his mouth washed out or his fingers. What's wrong with that guy?
So, anyways, yeah, Denise was there with me today. I debuted a new Bob Dylan live concert on YouTube as a premiere. So when you do it as a premiere, you can y'all play it down at the same time. You can have a live chat going and talk while the concert's going on. I thought that was a lot of fun doing that. And oh, geez, we got the big shots here too. Deke is in the chat. Says Kev is going to have a late night as he has to get through 5 Kings cross discs before he goes to bed.
We'll get to those on my vinyl adjacent pickups. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Whoa.
King's Cross. You sounded very old, Bill.
Yeah. So I guess we should start. I guess we should get going. 5 minutes in.
Why not?
Yeah.
I predict our first vinyl will be in another 50 minutes. Stand by. That's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. Still good stuff coming. We start off with something vinyl adjacent. I don't know how we got into this tradition, but it is now a tradition. Our first things to show everyone is vinyl adjacent, relates to vinyl, not necessarily vinyl. And in honor of the Bob Dylan live show I put out today, I decided to bring along I was going to do like a standalone video of this stuff because I think box sets are an important part of our musical history in collecting. The CD box set. You remember before the downloading, when you could just get stuff, the only way you could get outtakes or demos or anything like that, or, us completionists, was to buy these box sets. And remember when they first appeared on the stage, these giant boxes filled with CDs? It was like, I gotta have that. Gotta have it.
I had a Led Zeppelin box set when I was in high school that was gifted to me, but it was like there was a separate box set. It was like box set number 2, and the track list on it was kind of weird. And I remember being I don't think I kept it because in my mind, the box set had everything, right? But this was other things, and I wish I remembered. It was like 4 CDs, I think, and like the track list was kind of all over the place.
I can give you the reason for that. So it was Led Zeppelin 2.
No, right? it was like the second Led Zeppelin box set. There was an original box set and then another one that was given to me. So
originally, when Led Zeppelin came onto CD, the record label just kind of took the whatever original recordings and threw them on CD, and Jimmy Page wasn't too pleased with that. So he wanted to remaster them, but he didn't want the fans to have to go out and rebuy all the CDs, although that's what people do, but that's what they all do now. So his idea was to come up with a box set with all of their better known tunes and a couple of rare tunes. So he came up with that, and that was one. And then fans were like, well, we want the rest. So that second box set was all the other album tracks that didn't make it onto the first box set. So it was meant to complement the first one.
I remember it being like, it was like the field crop circles, I think was on the... Right. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, funny.
Yeah, that's why I'm not doing a standalone video for this, because I don't have that box set, and I feel that's the premier box set everyone had to have, was that Zeppelin one with the crop circles, for sure. Anyways, I'm going to show you this might be my first CD box set. I remember seeing it and getting it, and I think it was $40, which was a lot at the time. And Chris Roberts has already shown us the tape version of this. And so here it is. This is Bob Dylan's very first bootleg series, volume 1, 2, and 3, in a nice box like this, which I managed not to lose after all these years and is in pretty good shape. So this spans the years from 61 to 91, and it came out in 91. So it's very current as to what you're getting. And it has a nice booklet in here. And then it has the CDs in a nice little tray action here.
Very nice.
See that? Everything fits in there good. It is very, sturdy. The booklet is really nice. She's a stiff little booklet right here, but it's fun to look through. I'm cracking the spine a little bit. That's why I had to pause there. Some nice pictures. But uh-oh. See what happens?
Yeah, when you touch it. This is your daughter's poster all over it.
This is...
Oh my goodness.
You should never touch stuff once it's put away.
Did that just like fall out? What happened there?
Hey, if you don't want to pay attention, that's your fault.
I was checking the live chat, Bill.
So there's the booklet. Okay, I'm a little upset now. I'm getting a little anxiety.
That's devalued now.
Broke it.
So
Bill should have like how many days without an accident sign behind him.
Hey, 30 years old, right? 91. Like that.
Completely ruined now.
That's
After all that
old.
time.
I have a treat for you guys, though. Not only did they come up with this, about 6 years later, they put it out again in a little bit more compactier version. This is like the DigiCart version, like when they were coming out with DigiCarts. So here's the size difference.
Are you kidding? You bought the same thing twice?
I bought this one. This one came to me as a gift
later
on in life, so I didn't have to pay for this. And we'll see the difference. So you open this up like a book. And we don't have the jewel cases. They're just bedded in there. And now the booklet is also in there.
Break that one.
And it's the spine is not that square, crackly spine, right? It's more a folded spine. So you can actually look through it quite nicely. And I think they reformatted the book a little bit too to make it easier to read. So they saw the issues with that one and decided to reissue it as this one. So
how much would something like that cost in 96?
Like I said, this I believe was $40, 40 or 60. I'm thinking Canadian for 3 discs, but we've never seen this comprehensive amount of unreleased Bob material officially released before.
That looks like the same set that I have, but on cassette.
It is, yeah.
Because it looks exactly the same.
Yeah, I brought that up as you were taking a game show.
Sorry, man. I just got home. I got to get. Something's going on over there. I had to take care of it.
No problem. I respect it.
I do what you got on mute. I try to, be nonchalant about it, but apparently I was just chalant.
Okay. All right. So that's my vinyl adjacent. That's all I'm going to bore you with today for my vinyl adjacent stuff. Not a huge stack of CDs this time. Just a little box set. Maybe next week I'll bring out another box set to show you. And that you have that to look forward to. I will move along to Kevin, and he will show us his vinyl adjacent stuff. It's hiding in his hat.
No, I actually have quite a bit because a lot of stuff that I pre-ordered has come in over the last few days. So sit back and relax. First thing I got, if you follow my Instagram, you might have seen some of these, of course. You can go check that out, Buried on Mars on Instagram. Yeah. Well, it's easier now with Instagram. If you put on Instagram, it'll automatically put onto Twitter and it'll automatically put onto Facebook. So now I only have to post it once and it goes to all 3. Do we get the photo on Twitter though, or is this still just the link to Instagram?
So that don't count. That don't count.
Whatever. I don't care. Like, hey, people really don't comment too much on the music stuff on Twitter for me, anyways. Holy Diver Live. This just got reissued. This is a 2-disc CD package. CD1's in there. And you got Dio there doing the double.
What year is that from, Kev?
So this came out originally in 2005. This was the last release before he passed away. And it's the album Holy Diver that he performed live with his current band, who was pretty good. Yes?
I didn't catch what year it was. The show
2005.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, he had a great backing band with him, including Simon Wright from AC/DC, and Doug Aldrich was a guitar player, and he quite impressed me on this. So you can check it out. It's a show from London from 2005, and the whole thing is on YouTube. there's a whole video component of it on there. But I watched it on YouTube and I liked it enough to grab the CD. So yeah, this originally came out in 2005, and then it just got reissued in this digipack thing. So,
was there a vinyl release for that too? Do you know, or is it just the CD release?
Just the CD, I believe. I imagine they'll come out with a vinyl release at some point, or maybe it'll come out later. But right now, for a double like that, vinyl, I'm looking for at least between $40 and $60 Canadian.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to just spend the $20 for the CD version. Yeah. And then this, if you remember all my Motorhead that I went through, I don't have everything. So this finally came up on sale on Amazon like a month ago. And this is a release from 2001. It's called 25 and Alive Bone Shaker. So it's a DVD and CD combo. And I think I know why it was on sale. I don't know if, I think this will show up on the camera. But nice big hole in there. You see that?
Oh, oops.
Yeah. And it kind of,
Oh.
it even damaged back in there a little bit. But, I paid about $10. Like, they knocked about $10 off of the price. And this is hard to find. It's out of print right now. So I decided, what the hell, I'll just keep it. But it's a DVD of a show that they did in 2001. And it comes with the CD as well of the same show. And it's got a bunch of extras and some videos that they did. So there. Another one to add to the collection. Sarah and I on beardonmars.com. Sarah and I are doing tandem reviews of the Tragically Hip, and one of the albums we didn't have, actually the only album we didn't have, was their live album from 1997. So this is Tragically Hip Live Between Us. And I thought this was a cool little release because it's got like the fold out there like a vinyl and like some insert there like a CD, but then the CD itself, you pull that out and it's got its own sleeve like it is a piece of vinyl. It's got like its own like little. I thought that was kind of neat. Right there. So of course it's that flimsy cardboard stuff, not a real jewel case, but whatever. And then eventually we're going to be doing a Sloan series on there. So the only album we are missing is Commonwealth. This I had to order. This and this, they're both Canadian bands, and I had to order them online on Amazon, and they came from Germany.
Oh wow!
I don't know what it is with like stuff from the UK and from Germany. You order it on Amazon, it comes from there, and they're Canadian releases. They say Columbia, printed in Canada, but sometimes they either come from the UK or Germany. I'll save King's Cross for last. Matt Bandy might be interested in this. This is Volume 4, the Super
nice.
Deluxe edition.
I've seen a couple people posting about that. I hadn't heard about that. That's cool. That's similar to the one you got for Paranoid, yeah?
That's right, yeah.
That's
so
cool.
The only difference is the one for Paranoid didn't really have too many. It didn't have any actually outtakes, studio outtakes. But this has 2 discs worth. So CD1 is the album, and then 2 and 3 are all outtakes.
Nice.
And then CD4 is a live show. So it comes with a book.
I think that record, out of all of the Aussie era ones, that's the one that gets forgotten about, I think.
Yeah, and it has the most. I would say it's like the. What do you call? I don't know, like the critics really like it because it's it's a little underrated,
Yeah.
It has that certain panache.
Even I'm like, oh yeah. Even I forget about Volume 4 sometimes.
Yeah, and it's got Snowblind on there and Supernaut. Supernaut's like a freaking rocking tune.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good book with all the photos and then your writings and words and all that stuff.
That's a classy looking book.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. So in the CDs, there's a poster. None of this is ephemera, by the way.
Careful.
I don't need to be careful because Bill's not here. If Bill was here, I would need to be careful.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Who's left-handed?
That's what
Kevin
you
is.
say, but I haven't ripped the poster on here yet.
Some sweet ephemera.
There you go. This is not ephemera.
Anything can be ephemera, Kevin.
This is not ephemera. This is something you're supposed to keep. This would be ephemera. And see again, let's see if it'll focus on that. Made in Germany.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? I don't know what it is. Canada we can't do our own stuff. We gotta get stuff from the States or from Europe now, I guess. And then here's all the CDs.
So what are on the bonus CDs? Just
Okay,
this
well, I'll get to them.
alternate takes, I guess.
I'll get to them. So here's the original. That's just the original, and it sounds really good. They just remastered it last year, and it sounds really, really good. So CD2 is outtakes and new mixes of songs. So it doesn't look like a lot there, but I think there's some really long tracks. And I always find it neat with these Black Sabbath releases too. They put like a
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
like it's a vinyl record again, this time from the 80s. This is alternate takes and false starts and studio dialogue. So
That's cool.
that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Ozzy, shut the fuck up. Let's go. You know, I'm sure that's how they sound.
That sounded just like Geezer.
Yeah, that's a Birmingham accent. And then this is live in the UK, 1973. You got Bill Ward going nuts right there. Get that back in there. And I listened to this, and this was really good live show.
That's cool. Yeah, I haven't heard too many good live recordings of some of the early
Yeah,
stuff.
they are rare. And finally, so that's that set. And finally, we'll get to King's Cross, or as they prefer to be called, King's X. This is a original album series. This is their first 5 albums, all on CD. And this was $20 on Amazon. And I picked it up because they had Martin Popoff on Mike Ladano's show last Friday, and they were talking all about King's X.
King's X is kind of like proggy stuff, right?
Yeah, I guess like they're like a little more unknown band. You know, they were out in the 80s, and I don't know. They never really got they got some good tunes and never really got their due. So this is an unboxing, by the way. I'm just opening it right here.
All of Kevin's boosters are in the chat.
Yeah. So this is their first album, I think, Out of the Silent Planet. So yeah, it's kind of a proggy.
If I'm thinking of the right band, it's like kind of prog metal, like right?
I don't know. I think I gotta listen to them a little more. I've only really listened to just a few tracks that the boys were talking about.
Was that
And
a
then-
limited kind of price, $20, or is it still $20?
You can still get it for $20.
Yeah,
So
I'm kind
go
of
ahead and
curious
give-
about this.
Go ahead and
$20
give them a
Canadian?
spin. Yeah. Now here's the thing.
Sweet, dang.
I picked it up for $20 Canadian, thinking that's a steal, and then all the American friends are like, "Oh, it's on Amazon.com for $10." So you might be able to grab it for $10, which I thought was pretty good for their first 5 albums. They're just the little cardboard sleeves, and it's a really thin. Like it's thin. It was a lot thinner than I thought it would be, but
Yeah.
here you go. So, give them a spin. This is supposed to be I think Dogman was like they were rating their top 5 because they only had,
That record
it-
I've seen around before.
yeah, they only have, I think about a dozen albums. So to do a top 10 would have been a little too much. So they did a top 5. And I think this was on a lot of their lists. And there was another one. I don't think I have it. This one was on a few of their lists too. I think this one's just called King's X. So there you go. That's it. That's all I got for my vinyl adjacent.
Cool.
On to Curtiss. They have 12. So there you go. Mike Ladano's in here too. That's what I said. A dozen, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. That's some big pickups. Good work, Kevin.
Thank you.
Passed on to Lil C.
All right, that's why that's not going to stick, please. Homework
I think it
time.
is.
Being that I am far younger than everyone else on this show,
Well, immature.
I have no age.
Oh.
Straight age. I probably if you took the years that separate us,
You could get
between
me.
all of you, I'd still be. I don't know where I'm going with that. I lost my train of thought.
Oh.
Anyway, point is,
Very mature.
my niche that I have carved out on this show is I listen to all this new music that I've never heard before. These guys recommend stuff. Sometimes you guys recommend stuff. I go and I listen to it, and then I report back during the vinyl adjacent segment.
Yes.
And let me tell you, this week, awesome week in listening to music. I
Great.
listened to 3 albums, and they were all winners. So we'll just start with that. Stupid bird. All right. First up, we had Undercover by Motorhead.
Yes.
My very first Motorhead album. Was it the right one? Well, I liked it. So these are all covers then.
Yes.
Every single
Nothing.
one.
Nothing was original.
Okay. I mean, I recognize a lot of them, but there was a few of them I was like, I don't know what. Let's see, Whiplash. What is? I don't know where that's from.
Metallica.
I don't know Metallica that much, but yeah, really good. I dug.
Awesome.
I dug it. That was fun stuff.
Is that the first time you listened to Motorhead?
I mean, other than Triple H's entrance music, probably. Time to play the game.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right. And then I listened to Black Noise
Yes.
by FM.
Yes.
Is that the one that's like was that the Canadian band you were talking about?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Dude, love me some FM. They
That
are
was good.
great.
I just ripped that vinyl onto my computer today, and I was just I can't. Every time I listen to it, I enjoy it more and more.
Yeah, I really freaking dug it. I don't know. I don't even know what to compare it to. I guess it's got a little bit of like the Rush flavor.
Yeah. A little Rush, a little
ELO
Pink
a little
Floyd.
bit, like
ELO.
little shades of ELO.
Yep.
Dude, really good. Like right up my alley. That I would buy that. That was that
good.
good. So well done, Kevin, on that one. And then I also listened to Blue Rodeo. 5 days in July, which
Yes.
I believe was just a random. That was what we were talking about, and I decided to listen to it.
Yes.
And hey, I didn't hate it. It's not necessarily my flavor. It's yeah. See, exactly, Denise. It was a little bit more like country-ish.
Mhm. Yeah.
but that's not bad.
Yeah.
I dig me some country. It was fun.
I'm no expert. I don't know if that's one of their better albums or not, but
I mean, it was
I don't even
good.
know what's on that one. Okay.
It was good. Yeah. So that's what I've been listening to, and I look forward to seeing what else I can find tonight. That's all I got this week. No more vinyl adjacents for me.
Awesome.
Oh, jeez.
Keeping it quick. I want to get to vinyl.
Derek also enjoys Blue Rodeo. Oh, Rodeo.
Rodeo.
Blue Rodeo. Oh,
Get
boy.
it right or pay the price.
Oh boy.
All right, strap in. Got some Matt Bandy coming at you.
It's gonna be a quick one.
What?
I didn't
That's what
get
she
any
said.
mail. I didn't get any. I didn't get any mail this week, so no cassettes to show or no new CDs.
Oh.
But I will show something vinyl adjacent.
There you go.
What?
C's an honorary Canuck.
That's what the C stands for. I'm from Wisconsin originally. That's Canadian adjacent.
You
Close
are further. If you're in Wisconsin, you're further north than I am right now, or Bill.
How about
What?
that?
If you are in
They
Wisconsin
dip
right
lower
now,
on the map.
if you are in Wisconsin right now, you are higher. Elevation is high. Like you are.
Oh, elevation.
No, north. Further north.
You're farther north.
You're further
really?
north. In Wisconsin is further north than Southern Ontario.
We gotta check that map.
Go for it. Check
Sounds
it.
like the Joe geography right here.
Oh, Joe geography is like Curtis is in Florida right now.
Well, I mean, I'm in California, but
Yeah, that's
I'll-
right
I'll
beside
peek at you.
Florida, right?
Right beside it.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
What were we talking
Sorry, Matt Bandy.
Anyway,
I love talking over your segments.
It's okay. It's all right.
But go ahead. You were talking about how you didn't get any mail.
Yeah, I didn't get any mail this week, so no cassettes or no new CDs to show. But I will. So I showed this quickly on the show before as one of my vinyl adjacents. A great film called American Hardcore. It's the history, as it says here, the history of American punk rock from 1980 to 1986. At the time, that movie, well, not at the time, but that movie was based off a book called American Hardcore, A Tribal History by Stephen Blush. I didn't show this at the time because a friend of mine was reading it. So this is what's cool about this book. It goes through all like a bunch of different bands, starting with the Ramones and the Germs, kind of the really, really early days American hardcore music. But what's cool about this book, it's kind of like done in not really interview style, but they kind of, every chapter is an album from a band that's featured in this, and they kind of talk about the record and talk about what was going on at the time. But at the end of the book, you have a discography section. So it talked about every single record that was mentioned in the book here, and it gives pressing information on all of it. It gives the track lists, and so there's some really kind of obscure stuff in here too. So this is a cool, if someone is wanting to get into some early American punk rock stuff, it's pretty much everything from 1980 to 1986, I believe it goes up to. We got an early Corrosion of Conformity record there. Not a lot of people know they used to be a punk rock band.
Yep.
Completely different band. But yeah, so this is a cool read. Got some neat pictures in it. We got a picture of it kind of breaks it up in through like years through here. Anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah, it's a cool book, cool movie. I recommend watching the movie. So there you go. That's my vinyl adjacent.
Dude, we're gonna get to vinyl quick tonight. I didn't get COVID. Oh, I thought he wasn't even gonna be here. And the one of us that only has vinyl adjacent.
No, I have a vinyl this week.
What?
I was looking for that. Yeah, I was looking for that CD I found, Matt, and I don't know where the hell I put it.
Yeah.
I can hear you, but I wanted to show it, and I don't know where I put it. So
Yeah.
guess it'll be next week. I actually found a pretty cool like underground punk rock CD in this thrift store I was digging through.
It's from like late 70s, right?
Yeah, late
Yeah.
70s, real early 80s. Like I think it was 79 to 82, something like that. But it was really cool, and it was all like it looked handwritten and everything. But I mean, I think it was meant to look that way. But all right, next week. Oh yeah, I still got a few of these for some VIPs.
Apparently not me.
I go to your
Apparently
house.
not
I
me.
forgot. No.
Oh,
Didn't even bring me a sticker.
Well, it's only
What a-
going to cost me shipping. I'm going to have to
What a
spend
dick.
55 cents to send it to you.
you bought a fucking thermometer, but you bring your sticker.
He brings a thermometer gun.
Well, that was in my car, so that was easy. I knew it'd be a fun prop. But yeah, so this is real adjacent, because like if you're, if you're listening to vinyl and you want to set the mood.
Hold on. When Chris Roberts says this is real adjacent, you got to really hold on. You got no idea what's coming at us here. Toaster oven.
So I got this hanging lamp.
Oh,
It's gonna look like shit with the light on, but
I had one of those in college.
Yeah, like I said, this is real adjacent.
That's like
I believe it.
kind of. Iron?
Anyways, here, let me show you before I set it back down. It is called lucite.
Oh,
I think that's the name of the substance it's made out of. And anyways, it's like from the 50s. And I wanted to have the lighting in this room isn't very good. It's either super bright, like now, because I got a shadow coming down on me here, or there's no light. So I wanted to put like a hanging lamp over there. And so I got that. And it just came today. So anyway, there you go. There's my adjacent.
So
I got a whole bunch of other adjacent too. So
is that vintage or is it a reproduction?
No. It's 50s. So it has, the old school plug, and it has a little wheel on it, which I'm a little concerned with that wheel because it just turned itself back on. So I might have to rewire that.
So you remember that from like your teenage years? Going
yeah,
down
when
to
I was doing your mom.
soda jerker.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing my grandma maybe.
Still
Did
funny.
her too. I don't discriminate.
Just
But
went down a dark path.
yeah.
Hey, Will.
So I'll give you another adjacent because there is music in this. I went and got what is this called? The Criterion Collection.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
But really, I mean, I already have this on DVD and other various forms of media. But what's really cool is it has like tons of unreleased, like deleted scenes or extended scenes. And I was watching some of them on the YouTubes, and I thought, why not? So
does it have any interviews with John Hughes?
it has interviews with Molly Ringwald and Ali Sheedy. Those are the new interviews. It has an essay with featuring the director John Hughes. So I'm assuming he's in it. Well, actually, no. It says his production notes. It doesn't look like John made it in here unless it's an old. It might have
he was such a recluse.
Yeah, he's not in this. If it is, it's something old because they only kind of highlight the new shit on. You have these things.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't expect him to be in anything new. He passed away like 10 years ago.
Well, then why'd you ask?
Because I wanted to know if they had any archive footage, Chris.
Well, I mean,
Hard
there
to come
could
by.
be. I'm saying they only highlight the new shit. It's like new this. It doesn't say, yeah, we got this old shit.
Yeah, but it still shows all the other stuff that's on there.
Look, do you want me to read all this? Look how fucking long that is, all right? Look,
I know how they give you a lot of special features.
It's a lot of stuff. Anyways, I've been looking for this, and actually Curtiss has a nice little Criterion collection over there, and I thought, because he's a big Hollywood actor, he has to be pretentious like that.
Yeah.
In case when his actor friends come over, you can't just have the standard Blu-ray. You have to have
cool
that.
VHS gets it put in the claws and Criterion.
No, yeah, and you know what? He's gonna get in trouble when the lady gets home because I brought more, and he's got ideas of putting a little rack up on the wall. It's by the time she gets back.
Get back to the vinyl show, Chris. What are you doing?
She gets back,
What are you doing?
he's in trouble. And I also got Halloween 2 at the same place, so it was $5. And
That's the Rob Zombie one, right? Or is that the?
No, this is
Carpenter
the
one?
first of the Halloween 2s. This has all been retconned, so it doesn't even count anymore. So
Okay, so that's the Jamie Lee Curtis one.
this is the original Jamie Lee Curtis Halloween 2. Now there's a new Jamie Lee Curtis Halloween 2.
Right.
Yeah.
And technically,
There's only
there's
two
gonna
Halloweens.
be-
There's only technically speaking, there's only 2 Halloweens now. 77 and 2 years ago.
Right, but then there's also going to be the sequel to that coming out,
Which would be the
another
new Halloween 3,
2.
which there's several Halloween 3s already.
But that's technically the second one to the new one, the latest one.
Yes.
If you count that as a new trilogy.
Well, it is a new trilogy now. So this is the one that came out a few years ago is the new part 2. I covered this on a podcast, I believe. But anyway, there's a new part 2, which came out a couple years ago. New part 3 is coming out the end of this year, and then there'll be a new part 4 another year from now.
Yeah,
something like that, and then that'll be the end of it. So we'll see
He
how
goes
it goes.
through all this again, but he won't read us what the extra features are.
Bill, I can't read, Bill, and he asked me, so I just answered him. So. There you go. There's and you know what? I promise you, there's actually music in all this stuff, so it does kind of count. And they kind of look like little tiny vinyls, so
there's music in all this stuff, so it counts.
It counts.
I guess.
Now, your co-host on the Dollar Dorks podcast asks if you have found. He's looking for these bass CDs. He wants to get his like car hopping with the bass. You know, like the old days. He's gonna put his big chains on and play bass music from his car. So he's wondering if Chris Roberts found him any of those bass music CDs yet.
I have not come across. I'm assuming it's been a while since we talked about this, Derek. I'm assuming you mean like the Miami kind of style of music. And no, I haven't come across any hip hop CDs lately. It's in my area. It's kind of a thing. We have a lot of people around here who's actively hunting for vintage hip hop. So no.
Bass music is the car. Yes, I'm sure he's wearing the chains though.
Well, you have to wear chains and you have to have chicks with thongs.
Why do they have to be old CDs? You can't just.
Well, I mean, if you really want it, you could just download the music. I mean, it's
Okay.
on all the streaming services. I'm assuming he's just joking around. I cannot imagine Derek driving around with a Miami like old Luke. Well, what did he change his name to? Whatever. Luke Skywalker. He changed his name to Uncle Luke. Yeah.
Mark
Well,
Hamill?
originally, okay, hold on. Originally, there was this rap group called 2 Live Crew, but their record company was called Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Luke
Oh.
Skywalker Records. And they actually put out 3 albums without George ever coming on George Lucas's radar. But then they put out As Nasty as They Want to Be, and their big hit single from that was We Want Some Pussy, and that got Congress's attention. So they actually made a big deal about it. They were getting arrested when they were performing in Miami-Dade, and then George Lucas is like, wait a minute, what? Luke Skywalker? Yeah. So they sent them a quick, cease and desist. Then it became Luke Records, and he became Uncle Luke. But his real name is something else. I can't even think about it right now, but whatever. It's a footnote in American free speech history.
Well, Derek did talk, but he's on another podcast called the Not So Special Podcast. Each episode is around 5 hours long, and they do talk about this at some point where he is looking for that bass music to thump away in the car.
Yeah,
He's
well,
doing it.
I got you covered, man. Especially if you want that, I can find.
He's buying them off eBay. These things.
Well, as you should.
Okay, good.
At least it's not Bob Dylan.
Oh, God.
We saw like 50 Bob Dylan albums. We as in not me and we, but we over here, and we were out hunting and shitload of Bob Dylan. We did.
Lot.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's released a lot. 2 albums a year.
It's shitty Bob Dylan. I mean, so much. I didn't know what you needed, buddy, but I wasn't gonna waste my time. So, like, it was like fucking 20 Bob Dylan albums. I'm like, how many albums does this guy put out?
Many.
I'm just joking, Denise. I'm just trying to get a rise out.
Oof.
I'm pretty sure you had them all, though. You had to.
Yeah, I'm fine. You don't need to ship me any. I'm good. Although, as we're going through my Bob Dylan collection, we have learned of the few albums that I don't have.
Right, the real expensive ones.
No, they're just ones I haven't bothered picking up.
Well, there's that one that has that secret song on it, right?
Oh, well, of course. Yeah.
It's like $35,000 or something.
Yeah.
Like, who's paying that?
There's
Get out
that,
of here.
of course. But as we're getting to my turn to open up some vinyl, I was kind of thinking of, I have been working through my Bob collection for the last 4 or 5 episodes so far. I was thinking of taking a break from it and moving on to something else and then going back, but might have people upset in the chat.
But Denise is here.
I know she's finally here, right? So maybe we should keep going. Oh my God, this could derail us right here. This comment.
Oh no.
Oh,
He's not allowed to talk now until it comes all the way back around. So
Yeah, I got cassettes. I got all the cassettes. Hold on, let me go grab them. Oh, it's not my turn. All right. I do though.
So if you guys remember where I was at last time going through this collection, right? If we
It's not
were
the CDs again, is it?
we were trying to find
Oh,
out
okay.
how I got from this to this without any vinyl in between. And so we were going through the CD collection, exactly. And we went through a stack this much of CDs to get us there. We're not through the CDs yet.
So I would like to point out, Bill, you showed that vinyl there for a second, and we finally got a vinyl in before the 45-minute mark. That was pretty impressive.
Pretty good. Just snuck it right in there. It's not new, though. We've seen that one before.
It still counts. It was a vinyl.
Oh, okay. So, again, if my co-hosts will support me here, we'll go through it a little bit longer. If you bear with me, I'll put them off to the side so we can watch their expression as we go through more Bob. They've been sitting with me now for 5 episodes of this, so 2 hours each. It's a lot. Yeah. Okay, so we left off with Bob Dylan Unplugged, which this is around the same time as that show I just put out today. If you guys want to hear a soundboard concert from Bob Dylan, check out this channel. We just put out a show. So next is the new renaissance of Bob Dylan, and it happens with Time Out of Mind.
Yeah, go ahead. I think you were going to answer my question.
No, probably not. I was going to say it was produced by Canadian Daniel Langlois, and it really is this is a snapshot of his career taking another resurgence late in life. This is the new upward trend in his career.
That was my first question, is which Canadian produced this? But my second question was, what year is that from?
So we're now up to 97. 97. What was this was 95. We're at 97. Yeah. Okay, just to catch you guys up, what we found out before the albums I don't actually own, we found out I didn't own Dylan and the Dead. And trivia, what was the second album? Anyone? 3, 2, 1.
Blonde on Blonde?
It was Good As I've Been to You. So we're still continuing with Bob's I Have. So Time Out of Mind, excellent album. This it charts really well. I think he wins Grammys for this. I don't know how many, probably like 50 Grammys. If you recall, I think this is the Grammy performance where the Soy Bomb dude jumps up on stage with him. You remember that?
Yeah. Soy Bomb.
What's a soy bomb?
Curtis, you probably weren't born yet.
He was doing his live performance. I don't want to get this wrong. Hopefully the chat will correct me. And he's doing his performance, and this guy gets up beside him on the live show, no shirt on, and it says on his chest Soy Bomb, and he does this weirdo dance, and no one knows what to do, and Bob just keeps plowing through, doesn't even pay attention to him. He's on there for quite a while, maybe like 3-4 way too long, 3-4 minutes before they finally cut away and drag him off. You guys have definitely seen it.
I know what you're talking about, Bill. I remember that.
I haven't seen it. That sounds like something I would remember. I would remember Soy Bomb.
Yeah, Soy Bomb.
It's a good band name. Maybe that could be our band name.
Maybe it was his band. He was trying to promote his band.
Yeah, so
he was some activist, and I forget the details of it, but yeah, in the chat, Miss Lobob Bob says it's when he was performing Lovesick, and it is on YouTube. You can check that out.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
Oh, good.
Dude, check this out. There is a band named Soy Bomb.
Oh,
there you go.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was faster, I could bring up the thing and show it to you on here, but not that good.
If you were faster, you could bring up the thing, huh?
I could bring up the thing and I could show you. However, we got to get through this. We got to keep going. So,
get your channel strike for that.
Well, no audio. We'd have no audio for sure. So he did follow that up with in 2001, Love and Theft. This was a huge album. Unfortunately, got released. It dropped the same day as it was 9/11 is when this happened, 2001. So it was kind of swept under the headlines by everything else that was going on. So it didn't chart as well, even though this was probably more warmly regarded, and it's definite killer album. And I think this brought in a lot of, people who weren't necessarily Bob fans. They could easily get into this album. Let's see. You got
Is it as good as his gospel stuff?
Picture of his shirt. This is good stuff. See how that works?
Oh, that's kind of neat.
There you go. Should we recommend this to Curtis? Chat?
Sarah was listening to it the other day.
You are 1 for 4 so far.
I recommend you do your mustache like that, Bill.
Yes, he did do the
Was that
Very
Vincent,
John Waters there.
Vincent Price? John
Vincent
Waters?
Price for a while. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything in the booklet here. I didn't pull out the booklet for time out of mine. There's of course the band. Got Larry Campbell and Charlie Sexton.
Soy bomb in Spanish means I am the bomb. That's according to Miss Lobo Bob. I'm going to say her name is Miss Lobo Bob.
Yeah, that's Lobo Bob.
Yeah. Miss Lobo Bob.
Lobo Bob.
No, Lobo Bob. Yes, Lobo Bob.
No, I like Lobo. Lobo Bob.
No, she explained it in the chat earlier today. Lobo Bob, I think. As Sarah says in the chat, Kevin's significant other, Honest With Me, is a downright killer track on here. And live, he just elevates this track so much more live. It is amazing.
What does Lobo Bob say about that track?
Honest With Me, yeah. I don't know. What'd she say?
I don't know.
Okay. Sarah says that the whole album is good.
There you go.
So, come on.
I think you lost Curtis already. He's not even paying attention to you.
I'm reading the chat, guys. Catching up on the chat. I don't have it pulled up on my screen today.
Yeah, I don't have. Okay. So, at some point, I don't remember when I got this, but for one of the releases, they gave this out at the record store for free, gratis. This is a sampler. This is when they were pushing, they re-released his entire discography in SA CD, Super Audio CD. Sony's saying this is going to be the new audio format. You're going to hear things you've never heard before. It's going to be like, super duper amazing audio. But not only that, yes, they released everything in super audio, but they also remastered everything finally after so many years of just having the original CD presses out there. They finally remastered everything and really brought Bob's voice up center, separated the instruments nicely. Everything is just excellently remastered. I can't say anything bad about the remasters. They're really good. So I can't remember if this came with Love and Theft or something else, but they threw this in, and it has a couple killer tracks on there as well as a live track, which is fun, and a track from the movie Masked and Anonymous. And it was to show people what the new remastered sound is like.
And how is the sound?
It's excellent. Yeah, you got to do it. Get the remasters for sure.
So what happened with SA music?
See, that's what happens with a lot of format changes. They don't make it, especially with that one, because you needed a specific player for it to get Super Audio CD layer. You needed a player for it to get but those discs had the super audio layer and then the regular layer. So it was backwards compatible if you got the disc. The disc, you were fine. But if you wanted the super high fidelity, apparently, I've never heard one out of a player, so I can't tell you. But you would have to buy a Sony super audio CD player.
So when I asked you how does it sound, you can't even accurately answer that because you've never heard it in a proper player.
I thought you meant the remastered, just the remaster.
No,
portion.
I'm talking about the super audio stuff or whatever, the fancy gimmick.
I don't know. And you know what? I do a lot of thrifting for a long while, and I've never seen one turn up at the thrift store either to pick one up for cheap. So I don't know.
Are they even, maybe Chris, maybe you can chime in. Does that even, how would you even know it plays that?
You wouldn't. How would you know? I mean, unless you're playing it in there, I guess you're talking about the quality.
Like,
right?
does it have does it say on it like SA compatible or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The player would be branded, and then I imagine them in the display, it'll come up SACD.
I would imagine even that disc has to be branded with the brand, correct?
Yes.
I mean, somewhere on there, it's like Sony Blu-ray or whatever. Like at one point.
Yeah, you see down here it says, which finger am I using? This finger.
Yeah.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
and let me open this here again. You can see it is they're promoting 2003 Light Series Volume 6. And then it says Super Audio CD because there's so much more to hear. So 2003 is when they rolled out the Super Audio business, is what we're saying. And it's funny how I said they remastered everything. They even remastered this, which came out only 2 years before that. So a lot of us were like, oh, this is no good because you had to remaster it. It was only 2 years old. Didn't make sense. Sounded like a bit of a scam. And I wasn't going to buy into the whole player and to repurchase all of the discs, but I had to, of course, purchase one of the Bob discs in Super Audio with newly remastered sound. Can you guess which one?
That one of the gospel ones. Save.
How many times have I told you what's my favorite Bob Dylan album?
Probably more than I care to remember.
Bring It All Back Home. I had to pick that up.
Of course.
So, yeah. And there you can see on the back, it says Super Audio surround sound. And it does sound remarkably different from the CD, the first CD version. The remasters, it is true. They did fix things. So there's that.
Derek says they have a bunch of that crap at your local store or a local store.
Okay. Yeah, Derek's talking about Beat Goes On. Advertised a bunch of Super Audio inventory. I mean, to get the remastered sound, it is worth picking up.
Yeah, but maybe they would be able to turn you on to a player.
Oh.
Come on, think outside the box here, Bill.
Yeah.
You want to hear it or you just want to have it?
Well, let's say I have heard it. I have heard the remasters. I have a version of all the remasters in some form.
Form.
They promised you would hear things you've never heard.
You've never heard, right? Until later, then maybe they.
And I'm saying I've got them all.
What if somebody was like, "I could show you a new color"? Wouldn't you want to see it?
I have them. They might be ones and zeros, but I did get the library over again in remastered form. And at the same time, they also publish everything in mono too, by the way. And that was another huge cost, but ones and zeros again. Okay, I promise you, we're moving along. We're getting there. How did we get from that album, remember, to this one? We're getting there.
You know, a lot of Blu-ray players will play SACDs.
See,
you don't even need
Mars is on the show.
You don't even need a player, like a special player for it. Just get a Blu-ray player.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what it says here. Like
they got this thing, Bill, called Google, and it gives you all kinds of information.
That's why I have you experts on the show.
Well, right? Mars got you on that one.
I got Google. Listen to it tonight.
Yeah, right now. Go get your Blu-ray player. Why
leave the show?
We'll take care of the rest.
Right.
We got you.
Just leave Conan in the picture there.
Okay, well, that's still an unsubstantiated claim, but we'll look at it.
It's not unsubstantiated. It's right here. It said, but I don't know if your Blu-ray player will do it because I don't know if you
Your Dollar Tree blue wave.
Yeah, I don't know. Your Bargain Harold's Blu-ray player will.
Is that the Canadian equivalent to Dollar Tree, or
It was in Bill's time, back
Oh.
in when he was at A&M Records in his
You
40s.
You had Bargain Heralds too. What are you talking about?
It's way before my time.
I worked at a Bargain Heralds for a
See?
brief amount of time.
Chris remembers trading potatoes at the old general store for a wax cylinder.
Wow.
Gotta be careful with those. Okay, we're getting there. So after that, where were we at here? We're at after Love and Theft. What does he follow that up with? Another masterpiece called Modern
Joshua
Times.
Tree. Oh.
It's right here. Modern Times. I have the limited edition CD version here, which came in this digipack cardboardy bit, which I carried around with me in all of my vehicles, and that's why it's all banged up and
How limited is that?
limited. I'm sure it's not Bandy limited. I'll tell you that.
so it's
They
not
don't
really
say.
limited. It's limited to like the members only club.
They
All
don't
you had to do
say.
is buy the jacket and you're in.
You could find it at any record store. That's
Right.
how limited it was.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but this one, it's limited because it has the little extra booklet and also came with a DVD with the album. The DVD is still in here, I think.
Now, have all these CDs and stuff been re-released on vinyl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to say yes. But, you guys are making me skip. What was the next album I don't own, which is,
We tried.
anyone know?
No.
I skipped it. It was his Christmas album, Christmas in the Heart. I've never purchased that one.
Now, are those all original Christmas songs?
No, they're all, I don't think he wrote one for it. It's
that's-
all standards. Or
'Cause I was going to say, Curtis, you have to get that on your playlist.
there's still some good Christmas tunes in there.
The Christmas?
Yeah, Must
Oh.
Be Santa is a great tune. It's true. Chad will back me up. So this Modern Times, this did get him to number 1 on the charts. This brought him back to number 1.
Yeah, Denise is playing golf. She's not going to back you up.
And finally, that got us to where we left off on the vinyls. So from here, I started buying them first again on vinyl instead of CD. And I can't make out what year this is. 2010, Together Through Life. So, look at that. So to get between vinyls and the CD era, this is the CD era, and now we're back to
That's Kenny Rogers.
Kenny
We were
Rogers.
talking about Bob Dylan. But I suspect that's a better.
I thought this would be more fun.
Yeah, that I would rather listen to the.
Was
Kenny
it called
Rogers one.
Christmas from the Heart?
Christmas in the Heart.
Oh, in the Heart. Yeah, because I was
Right
like,
in there.
There's also this one. David Archuleta.
Oh,
that was
no.
the American Idol guy.
Christmas in the Heart.
Yeah, the chat agrees with me. Must Be Santa is great, and there's a video for that. Really fun video.
Is that
That's-
Bob in the sled, or is that just somebody else?
It's like a traditional painting kind of
Oh.
crochet.
That would have been so much better if it would have been Bob.
Okay,
All
here
right.
comes our tech expert. Derek's got some tech specs for us. He's saying the SACD's frequency is expanded 20 hertz to 50 hertz instead of 50 kilohertz instead of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So
What is
there you go.
So it's beyond the range of human hearing, if I'm reading that sentence correctly.
Yeah.
So how do you hear it?
Yeah.
Well, your subconscious mind
feel
will
it.
pick up things that, you're not necessarily hearing, but you're picking it up. It's like when people say MP3s, they're not getting the same feeling from it because they're hearing the same
Okay.
thing.
So they're
but
trying
their
to claim
mind
like
knows.
a vinyl warmth or some shit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Untouchable.
I could give you the real answer.
Go ahead. What's the real answer, Kevin?
So that is true that it does cut off beyond human hearing, but a lot of audio that is created reverberates in a room. So that audio will leave the range of human hearing, but it bounces off of walls and that, and it comes back. And that is part of the ambiance that you do not hear on a lot of CDs because they cut off all of that range. So that's why people like vinyl and why some formats like that, because you're getting the full range of the sound. So even though it leaves your range of hearing, it comes back to it. That's how Mike Fraser, a huge Canadian producer of many albums, explained it to me.
Well, between you and Derek, sounds like we got a side podcast here.
Well, who's buying the
It's talk about the science of audio.
All right, so that I will hand over my time. I submit the rest of my time over to Kevin.
Okay. Well, we were going to get to vinyl in under an hour, but Bill made sure that we would not. But let's go vinyl heavy. So I'm just going to go through all the vinyl I have here. Why not? Okay, so I was in the ends. We're getting close to the end of the ends. Yeah, this is the end of the ends, and we're going into the O's after this. So at the end of the ends, you got your Ted Nugent.
Nice.
The State of Shock. Look at that. So Ted Nugent, what I like about him is that he always has these awesome front covers that makes him look like a huge rock and roll star. And then, when I'm going to flip it over, he's just going to be the biggest friggin' dork you've ever seen in your entire life.
Look at all
Like,
that
it's
energy
like-
coming out of his hands.
Cool rock and roll star, dork. He looks like an extra on Cobra Kai.
Do you think he thinks that, or
Probably not.
oh, okay?
Probably not. I don't know. He probably just did whatever the photographer told him.
Photographer told him to do.
Actually, not too bad there. That's pretty good look. I could not ever take a photo that good. Wow. There.
Oh, look at that.
Get your band photos in there. Yeah. I don't know what this guy's doing.
What's
He's
going on with
trying
that vest over there? Yeah,
He's trying
Hey.
to Cobra Kai.
Leather
It's like
vest.
the Warriors.
Warriors come to play.
So this is original Ridgevine. And yeah. Guess that looks all right.
What's the bulge situation on that back cover? Could be some bulge.
a lot of
action there.
bulge.
Well, let me get the bulge ready for you there, Bill. Doesn't look like there's much.
There's no bulge.
That
Man,
could
he's
be
wearing heels.
Yeah,
I think he is. Yeah.
Those are boots.
Okay.
That could be why he's such an angry guy.
yeah, zero bulge.
Very angry. Very angry man. Okay, again, here we go with the geez, I don't know. This is a total flip flop. I don't know what we promise nudity on every episode.
Hey, that's a pretty short loincloth.
Yeah.
Whoa! Look at this. I've never noticed about this record. Look at his arms turn into the guitars.
Yes.
What the heck?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes, and there's lots going on his forehead too.
Yeah, it's very veiny.
Very veiny.
Yeah. How does he play the
Great.
guitar with guitar hands?
His teeth.
And then on the back, Wango Tango.
Hey, that's not too bad.
It's sort of the Three Amigos.
Boy, you're
Oh,
right
but,
though. He really goes for it on the cover, and then just like loses all credibility when
Yeah,
you flip it
that's-
over.
That's kind of an effeminate jump there at the back.
Super effeminate.
And, yeah. It's got a gun, a Beretta for some reason.
Wow,
He's
what
letting you know.
Like it's James Bond. And then there you
Even
go.
his gun's small. Did you notice that? I mean, there's a lot of imagery going on here.
Hey,
He's letting
hey.
us kind of know what's happening.
Hey, he can shoot though, man. He can shoot.
We don't know that. It's not firing.
Actually, these kind of guns are made for women because they don't have much recoil, and you have to be very accurate with them because they're small caliber. So I think that's what James Bond had. He had the Beretta in the books because he and Fleming didn't really know much about guns, and then in the movies they switched it over to a Walter PPK because that had a little more kick to it. But anyways, there you go. That's all I know about guns.
Doesn't he start in Dr. No with the Beretta and then they take it away from him?
Well,
but
see,
James Bond was a spy, though. He had to hide it. It's a little different. This guy's a rock star.
Anyway, so the character became popular in the first movie, so that's why they changed it. This is a sealed copy of the BO's Suddenly that I kind of teased earlier. We got that for $5. I still can't bring myself to open it. It's sealed from the 80s.
Oh, get that
Open.
We have it on CD, so but this has all the big hits. It's got Caribbean Queen. It's got Loverboy on it, and Suddenly. So there you go. That's all you need, right there.
Open.
And that's how you wear your coat, just on one shoulder. That's it. You let this shoulder cool off. This one stays warm. That's how that works.
Billy Ocean don't need no Beretta.
No. Okay. There's a big one.
Oh, Derek says he's got the Nugent where his guitar is a gun.
All right.
So you need to call in, Derek.
So we go. This is the Blizzard of Oz. Ozzy Osbourne. Originally, that was supposed to be the name of the band. The band was supposed to be called Blizzard of Oz. And then when it came out, they were all kind of pissed off that it was Ozzy Osbourne.
Is that their first album?
Yep.
So, and now what's on that one?
Oh, everything's on here. This is a good one, start to finish. Curtis, I highly recommend this one. You got I Don't Know, Crazy Train, Goodbye to Romance. D is just a little melody thing. Suicide Solution, Mr. Crowley, No Bone Movies, Regenerated, Mother Earth, and Steal Away the Night. 100% recommendation.
Yeah. So you're saying the band thought this was going to be like a band,
yep.
and then that's probably Ozzy's wife.
Yeah,
Sharon.
Sharon knows what she's doing. She's not gonna let these losers get in on the gravy.
They were all no names, so
sounds Sharon.
And they stayed that way.
No, Randy Rhoads was a huge star.
Let's do some polls and see how many people know about Randy Rhoads compared to Ozzy Osbourne. Did he have an MTV show? Come on.
He died. He died after 2 years. He only got on 2 albums.
Hey, that's what happens, man.
There you go.
If he would have stayed alive, he would have been. I think he would have been
Do you think he would have had an MTV show?
He would have been as big as Jimi Hendrix or Eddie Van Halen. He was on that level. He was really good.
I know. I'm just teasing you, dude.
Okay. And so they all wrote the songs in that, and Ozzy wrote the lyrics. So they were kind of pissed off that they were not part of the band. This is a single, Ozzy Osbourne live EP. Has Mr. Crowley on it, and then an exclusive song, You Said It All, and Suicide Solution. That's a little live track there. So this You Said It All, they said that they recorded that on stage as as they were warming up, and they wrote it on stage as they were warming up, and Ozzy was like passed out underneath the stage while they wrote the song, and then they got Ozzy to come up on stage to sing the lyrics, and he sat in a chair and sang the lyrics for the song because he couldn't stand up. That was Bob Daisley that told that story on what's his name? Eddie Trunk's show.
Imagine how well his bat eating would play, and considering, the COVID.
Today? Yeah, today. Yeah, I guess that was why.
Probably not go over well.
But yeah, that's just a 12-inch EP. Let's get the one. That's it. That's all you get.
Oh, hey now.
Hey.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Right.
We have a caller. Sorry to interrupt Kevin, but we have a caller coming in. None other than Derek, co-host of Two Dorks podcast. Look, they're together. Chris Roberts and Derek are together again.
Reunited.
Did I say Two Dorks podcast?
You said it wrong, but it's okay.
Shit. Taller Dorks podcast. Hey, Derek, how's it going?
Not bad.
That's Derek from the chat. He's in the show just like that.
Look at that.
That's
how
easy.
easy
You can
it
do
is.
it too.
Anybody can do it. Just click that link.
Yeah.
Well,
It's there.
Will, we don't want you.
I was just checking out mine Ted Nugent because Kevin was showing his, and I was curious what mine looked like. So here's one of them. This isn't the good one. This is Free for All. And the back.
That's nipples.
Yeah, show
Not
the
a whole
bulge.
lot.
Is there a bulge there?
Yeah, still no
You really
bulge.
want to see? There's no bulge there
There's
again.
no bulge.
Dude,
Front or back. Look at those.
absent.
There's no bulge.
It's like
You know,
negative
he-
bulge.
He's
All right,
a
but
grower,
that's not the
a
good one.
shower, okay?
Yeah. Not sure he's
He
either.
doesn't.
to be
He
honest.
doesn't need a bulge. He's got guns.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty metal.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So that's that one on the back. Less metal, but
That's
got
not
the
too
hair.
bad.
You know, some for the guys on front, some for the ladies on the back.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the gun guitar. That was all I wanted to really show. There's more vinyl upstairs. I got some more since I joined last time, but my kids and wife are upstairs watching TV, so you guys don't want to hear freaking Masked Dancer.
Next week.
Maybe.
Don't tell me what I want and don't want to hear.
Well, thanks for popping on by, Derek. That was awesome.
No problem. I'll go back to the chat now.
All right, cool, man.
Get out of here, man.
I'll work on
You guys.
See ya. Okay, I guess I continue on. That was happening. So next up was Diary of a Madman. This is the second album Ozzy did with Randy Rhoads.
1981.
Yes, sir. That is correct. And again, it's just-
By the way, I put that Blizzard of Oz on my homework.
all right. Yeah, it's a good one. This is a good one too, actually, Curtis.
One at a time, Kevin. Come on.
Yeah. I'll definitely go with that one first. There you go. That's a pretty good looking band there, I'd say. And actually, Rudy Sarzo was on that Dio album, playing bass on that Dio album. Fun fact. There we go. There's a little bit of dust there, but you know, it's pretty good shape for 40 years old.
Unlike some other people I know.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, I've showed this already. I think Bill showed a copy of this as well. Randy Rhoads tribute Ozzy Osbourne. Actually, Curtis, this is. I think I'd recommend this one over.
And he was tiny,
Blizzard
right?
Yeah, look how
Yeah.
he's like holding him up by the crotch almost. Man, that
Yeah.
had to hurt.
This was a
How
double
did he
live
die?
album.
Why do you think he's yelling
did
there?
he
He
die?
died soon after that picture because of his balls.
What? How did he die, Kevin?
Plane crash.
Oh, wow.
It was like a prank gone wrong too, right? It wasn't like they were like
yeah.
messing around. It wasn't like he was on a flight somewhere. It was like on a
Yeah, it was like a little
Little puddle
Cessna.
jumper.
Little
Yeah.
Cessna, and they're like, "Hey, let's go up and fly around." And like, "Hey, let's buzz the house that they were staying in," and
Yep.
they hit some wind or something like that, and everybody died.
That's a great prank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know they were trying to talk Ozzy going on the plane. He was like,
shit,
"Oh,
can you
I feel like
imagine?
it."
Yeah,
Yep.
Sharon's like, "Fuck no, you're the meal ticket. You are not getting on any little tiny plane."
Well, and normally he would, but it was just one of those things where he didn't, and
Yeah.
that was it.
Wow.
I've showed this one as well. This is from this is a live show from 1981. This came out on the reissue. So they reissued this album, Diary of a Madman. And when they reissued it, they put this live show on with it. And then they released it on vinyl as a record store for Record Store Day. So,
Record store day goes back that far?
no, like
Oh, this is a newer thing.
yeah, this is a reissue from
Okay.
2017
I didn't know
or
if you
something.
meant like it was reissued. Never mind. Go ahead.
And it's number 2006, just in case you need to know.
Wow.
You know, I'm stupid with the record store day. How do you find out like what comes out on record store day? Like, is
They-
there like
they
a
announce
big
it.
comprehensive list of everything?
there's on their website. There's a list.
Yeah. So like about a month before Record Store Day, they'll announce like everything that's coming out.
And when is record store day?
There's two. There's one in the spring, and I think that kind of floats. And then there's the Black Friday Record Store Day.
And then when it comes to like stores, how do you know? You just gotta go ask your store, like, are you getting this? Or
They don't.
They don't
know.
even know.
You don't know. Yeah, you won't know.
They don't
What?
even know. You go like Bill's got like plenty of nightmare stories, but you just go there and you just whatever they got. Like they usually get it on
they don't know what they're getting?
Mm-mm.
They just get random stuff.
Yep. And then you stand up in line. You stand in line, and you hope that you get what you want if it's there. I'm kind of done with the whole thing. I think it's stupid.
Me too.
So I haven't
take it anymore.
I did not participate. They had like a few of them last year. Like they spread it out because of the COVID thing. So I think there was about 4 or 5 last year, and I didn't participate in any of them. I was just kind of done with the whole thing, you know. And like this, I got this in Sudbury, and it wasn't on Record Store Day. It was a Record Store Day release, but you know, I just went there, you know, to go visit family, and I was like, let's go check out the record stores, and they had them there. So you know, it's not necessarily all, you know, what they might not sell it all. Here, pretend he doesn't know, so he can get questions for the audience.
Acting?
Is that what you were doing, Curtis?
No, I have no idea. I'm stupid.
He's the Winston.
He's a showman.
He's the Winston Zedmore of the
Exactly.
So there.
But your big old record stores in California, you know, the big guys, they seem to get full allotments. So I wouldn't say, you know, you'd be out of luck where you are. I'd say you'd probably have a good chance of getting what you want.
Yeah, but that means the line here would probably be like 10 times longer.
Yeah, oh yeah. You got to get there early. 2 masks.
You know I don't like that, Chris.
Yeah, fucker.
Okay, I got one more to show, and then I'm done. The last Ozzy Osbourne is the latest one, Ordinary Man, that came out early last year. There he is, having a nice little pee outside.
Are you looking to get more Ozzy in your collection?
Yeah, absolutely. I find the other stuff really tough to find. I think I might have shown this already. I don't know.
I am an ordinary man. Right? That's that one?
No.
That's that one.
And there you go. Just regular black vinyl. That's good. But you got some good collabs on here with Elton John, and Slash, of course, is on here because you can't do an album now without Slash popping up somewhere. But then there's some Post Malone stuff that I'm not a big fan of. But the rest of it, I don't know. I thought this was pretty good.
That guy can play, though.
What does he play? I don't know. It was just
Guitar.
He's a guitar. Yeah,
and piano.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've seen him in concert. He's pretty good.
I don't know a single one of his songs. I don't know anything about him.
Doesn't matter. You're not his target audience, but I mean, it's I think he's pretty rounded. I mean, he got a little bit of country, a little bit of rock.
Yeah, he knows his music.
Obviously hip hop.
He does, yeah.
I like him a lot, but I mean, he's definitely not for everybody.
He charts with the hip hop stuff, but I've seen him do YouTube videos where he covers Bob Dylan.
When he was in the concert we went to, he played a country song, which was an original. I mean, I don't know what it was, but it was really good. It sounded good. He had like, you know, he hit big with I don't know. I guess it's technically R&B, I guess, but you know, Circles was a big hit for him. And but that plays on all the channels. I mean, you can hear that on adult contemporary. You can hear it all over the place. So he's got broad appeal, even with the face tattoos. And actually, it seems like the more tattoos he gets, the more attention he gets. So
I don't even know what he looks like. Never seen him.
I bet you've seen him because he's been on Dorito commercials and he's been on Bud Light. And
I haven't. I don't watch commercials.
You have Netflix. They were pumping out a movie. He did a bit roll in for a while too.
I'll look him up online. I'll tell you if I've seen him before.
Okay. You've seen him for sure. And then Derek has a request for anyone to he needs Can't Tori Read by Tori Amos. Watch for it for me.
No, I've never seen this guy before. The lettering on his face?
What's that?
He's got lettering on his face?
Yeah, underneath one of his eyes, it says "stay away," and it says "stay" and "away," and then he's got tattoos around his face. And
no, never seen this.
Bill, bring that up again. That comment. I'm gonna write that down.
Are you gonna pick it up for him?
I'll look for it. I mean, why not? Actually, one of my stores, my local stores, they have like a record store day section.
I can't believe Derek can't find a record store day album because I took a little visit to his town and they had so much record store day inventory. Like they had leftover record store day inventory. Like from years back, there was so much there.
Oh, and Matt Bandy, did you see what the new Amoeba is going to look like?
No, I haven't. Is it where is it still gonna be in Hollywood?
Yeah, it's going to be on Hollywood Boulevard. It's more in like, well, the other one was right in Hollywood too, but yeah, it's on Hollywood Boulevard. But it's huge. It's big.
Nice.
Like it's just as big. It's nice.
Cool.
Yeah, they put some pictures out of the new joint, and they're just like, we're just waiting to open up.
Nice.
I figured as much, but
Why can't Tori read?
Why can't Derek spell? Does that mean it's my turn?
Well, let's find out. Is Kevin still with
I'm
us? You still with us? So?
Oh yeah. I'm off this week, so I'm good.
Oh
So-
shit! So we could have started later.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, but we're here now. We got all these people watching. Kevin's about to show his nasty scar.
We're never gonna see that. We got to tune into Retro Fandango. Did you
I
even
watched.
show it
You
on
never
Retro
even showed it.
Fandango?
I forgot.
You liar.
Yeah, you didn't. You didn't even show it. I
Got
watched that
all
whole
the
thing.
fans down. Got all about it.
Hey, if we find a Ted Nugent bulge, Kevin will show his.
You know what? I will. This has gone on long enough. If someone can find me a Ted Nugent bulge,
Oh,
Get on it, Matt. Your homework, Matt.
Matt knows that there's no such thing as a Ted Nugent bulge. That's why he's upset.
I'm sure he's stuffed a sock at one point and took a photo.
That was the thing to do back then.
Goddamn right. All right. So, with the duck and his phone,
Come on,
Curtiss is
Tiny
up.
C.
I'm
Itty
looking
bitty
for a bulge.
Lil C. Lil
Itty,
C.
itty bitty C.
Okay. So
Fresh out of the pool C.
over this past weekend, Old C and I did a little hunting, observing COVID protocols and clearly surviving it. And we found some records. Actually, I'm scared to what Chris is going to show. I have no idea what he's going to show. It's probably going to be some weird stuff. But I did find a couple albums. A couple I'd been looking for, actually, which I'm pretty pumped about. So this first one is the Boomtown Rats, The Fine Art of Surfacing. This is a great one. You guys like the Boomtown Rats?
I don't know what that is.
They got Tell Me Why I Don't Like Mondays.
Yeah, that's the first song on side 2. But just the whole album. I mean, that's why I wanted to get it, because I really like that song. But yeah, this whole album is really good.
What genre are we talking here?
Come on, you've never heard of the Boomtown Rats?
I don't. It's not ringing any of my bells.
Tell me why I don't like Mondays.
Tell me why I don't like Mondays.
Okay, that's not going in my homework.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't like that.
No, that's
That's
fine.
a good one.
I got mad respect for that guy though for putting together that Live Aid.
Exactly. Yeah, Bob Geldof. Was this the one? I guess it was a different one. Okay, on the other album. So yeah, Boomtown Rats, very good, very good. Actually, they wanted 15 for this. I offered 10 and got it. Not even part of a package deal. Not even part of a package deal. Just flash that cash. And
Were you pressured to do negotiations because you were with Chris Roberts?
I wanted to do it
You just
myself
rubbed
to show
off.
him that I
You
knew
did
what
it?
was up.
Well, the guy, not on that. You actually You got him down $5 on that record.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one you did. But the other one, he.
Chris, don't shut
I'm
up.
gonna ruin
We're
it.
not there.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it. I'm getting
I'm
there.
ruining it. No.
And then this is one I've been looking for a while because it has 2 different versions.
Okay, split
And-
screen this, Bill.
Do you want me to hold on? Hold on. Give me a second.
Got to split screen it.
You're just
All right, there
taking
you
my
go.
my whole freaking moment.
That works.
Okay.
Do it.
So I've been looking for this one because there's 2 different versions of it, and there's different song lists on it. And the reprinted version, which is the more popular version you see, is the wrong version. So I had to find like an OG version of it, which I did, and I'm pumped because it's a really good album. It's Between the Buttons. It's an early Rolling Stones album. It's my favorite of their like early stuff. And this one specifically has Let's Spend the Night Together and Ruby Tuesday on it, which was omitted. So this is the US version. Right. The UK version just starts with Yesterday's Papers. This one starts with Let's Spend the Night Together. But really phenomenal album. Like I said, it's their best of their like early stuff, like pre-Beggars Banquet. And it's the most... like they always get compared to the Beatles, like they were going back and forth. This is like their most Beatlesy album, I think. Now
you gotta set this up a little bit. Like that was a cool little spot.
We're getting there. So that store was good, but I wanted to show this record. So the stupid bastard put a freaking
he did put a sticker on it.
He put a sticker, and I got most of it off. You're not gonna be able to see it, but he put it like right here, and so when I took it off, it was like all gunky. And I had to like rub it off with my finger, but the record was in phenomenal shape. It is in mono, which is, I guess okay. It's not bad. These early records, they were like, this was probably recorded in mono. Who knows? But anyway, really good. So yeah, the story about this one. So we found this store, nice little store, and the dude, it had. We were just talking about it too. I was like, hey, if you can find Between the Buttons from the Rolling Stones, but it's like a specific one, it's got to have a certain track list on it. Just pull it out and we'll see if it's the one. And as I'm like telling Chris,
we're like dueling sides, working our way towards the middle. Yeah, and they had a shitload of good. I mean, I was surprised by that.
It was all good,
amazing records,
and
they
like
were pretty
original.
fairly priced, all in the 20 range, but.
Yeah,
the quality and they looked really nice too.
Yeah, and so I pulled it out right after that, and I was like, no way, here it is. And the guy had 35 on it, and he said like, hey man, we're cutting deals here, so if you want.
He said I've had that one for the longest time and it's been sitting here forever. I'm like, dude, this guy's the worst thing. But then you were even worse too. You're like, this is the one I've been looking for. I'm like.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I totally gave away my hand. Well, we were talking about it right next to him.
I know, but it's just funny though, because you're like, I've been looking for this one. I was like,
and so he said, hey man, I'll do it for 20. And I was like, well, 20 is the number I had in my head. So that sounds like a good deal.
And then you promptly said, hey, can I borrow $20?
Well, I didn't. I only had
100, right?
He couldn't break 100. I'm rolling with the Benjamins. That's how I roll.
The Benjamin.
So, but very good album. If you haven't seen it, if you need some homework for you other chaps, some early Stones, like check this one out. I'd love to get your thoughts on this one. Is anyone going to take up that challenge? I want to see the other people now. Is everyone just gone?
I don't think you could hear me before. I think I was taken.
You must be muted.
Taken out of the stream because
we're all taken out to do.
Oh, really?
Oh, gotcha.
To do that, it kicked you.
I was wondering why no one was chiming in. I was like, Jesus.
Chris Roberts demanded more screen time.
I didn't know it had to take the rest of you guys out. We could have just did that.
Way to go, Chris. You ruined it.
I even lost my spot. I can't.
I got demoted.
It was all my master plan.
Down here with Bandy and our
in the basement.
Yeah, that's why it's cold down here. So we got our toques on.
So, is anyone going to listen to it, or have they listened to it?
Yeah, it's great. It's a great album. I don't have it myself, but
I don't have that one either. But I know those tracks.
Yeah,
that's the Stones I like.
Yeah, it's good stuff. That's it. I'm just gonna. Those were my pickups, and I know we're running long tonight, so I'm gonna pass it over to.
That split screen was so worth it.
Yeah, it was.
It really was. As Chris sat there, like,
I was trying to say something, but you're like, hold on, give me a minute. I'm like, whatever. Then tell your fucking story.
I thought Chris was going to come out with like 3 or 4 Rolling Stones albums, and I thought he was going to show you up or something.
Oh no, no, fuck no. Okay. Not for $20 a piece. I'm a bargain hunter. But the funny thing was he was like thinking about, I've been looking for this record forever, and the guy's like $20. You're like, I don't know. It's like, that's good haggling, but you already. He probably would have went lower. I would have said we could take 15.
Yeah, start at 10.
Honestly though, like this one is
No, it was good shape though.
In so good shape. That was the thing. I was like, dang, this is like, it looks I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a reprint put in this original case, because it was that good looking. Like for the case is not in the best shape, but man, the disc is perfect.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Like if a person didn't take it out and listen to it very often, but the way they stored their records, like the sleeve sometimes is not in the best shape, but the disc will be mint.
And it's mono too, so it's probably worth a little bit more.
Does that make it worth more?
Probably, because mono didn't get as big a run as the stereo would get.
So that's probably why it's not a reprint, right?
Right. And when they would reprint them, they would not be in mono.
Yeah,
and like I said, that one is just so hard to find with that track listing on it.
And then we went to that record store after that, and they had the same cover, right? Isn't there? But it was the British print.
But it was the British reprint,
right.
and I think they actually had an original UK one as well. But again, that's not the track listing I wanted.
Right. Well, since I jumped the line here, I'll go through this really quickly.
So Chris Roberts, when you're at a real record store like that and you're used to spending a quarter, 50 cents per record, are you going to buy anything at a real record store?
If I would have found what I wanted, I would have, but I was only looking for specific things. And it was a great spot. That's where I bought the movie.
We went to CD Trader, that new place I found that I was talking about a couple weeks ago.
And I got the little 45 dildo thing that you put in there.
Yeah.
The little adapter or whatever. I got that. And the funny thing is I realized I do need it for my other 45s, but I was thinking I wanted to play my childhood albums. And I realized they were just small 33s. It's just been so long since I played them. I thought I remembered putting them on that fucking thing, but then I really started thinking about it as I didn't put them on that. It had that deal where when you'd put it on it would hold it for a second and then drop it in. Like those bullshit all-in-one record players. And I was thinking it was on that stupid thing, but whatever. Doesn't matter.
Got all those 45s. That
I don't know. I still needed it. It was like $2 or whatever. So you guys call them dinks. We call them dildos here in the States.
I never called them either of those.
Adapters.
We call them Ted Nugents here in California.
Right. They're real small, no bulge. Well, and the next little spot we went to after that, it was in the same vicinity. Curtiss did really good. He was on the hunt for me. He found all these very uncommon Super Nintendo games. They all have music, I swear, but they're like all underpriced, like majorly. Like this was half off. These guys it's Blaze On. It's a shooter by Atlas, very desired. And it was 30. The guy, he had it listed at 35, but he ended up making a big bundle deal at the end. And hardest,
you got it. Like it normally goes for like 60.
It goes 65 to 70 range. Yeah. So it
was already like
it was already half off. Yeah, and then he went down even further, which was cool. The rarest bass game on the Super Nintendo. For $5, and it normally goes for like 15 to 20.
And honestly, that one is more about the rarity than it is the
price. The value.
It's a pretty cheap game, but you never see it.
But it's hard to find. Yeah. It's very hard to find. And then College Slam, which I did not realize was the college version of NBA Jam. So I learned something. Yeah. And I love NBA Jam. I haven't. I'm going to, though. I haven't had a chance.
I always tell that to people, like if you're looking for that, like looking for NBA Jam and can't find it, like see if they have College Slam, because that's usually that you can find that.
I have it so many times and didn't pick it up because I thought it was going to be a bullshit, college basketball game, and I knew I'd get to it eventually, but it was like I ain't gonna pay $4 for that. But when you told me it was NBA Jam style, I was like, I'll do that. Yep. And then another few boosts down the line, this was kind of might as well fuck it. Since we're telling stories, when we're walking up, we hear this lady she kept talking about like, yeah, he died of COVID. He had COVID. I just kept hearing her say COVID. And I was just like, or maybe she was saying coronavirus. All I was thinking is like, lady, this is like the worst advertisement for your store. Like, will you shut up? So I went in and I looked around, and then the salesman came in, and he said that he was trying to liquidate all the stuff because his friend died. And I'm like, let me guess, he died of COVID. And he's like, how'd you know? I was like, hunch. And but this was in the case, right? Now, this is just a regular controller. Oh, shit. Hold on a second. This fucking, I don't know. You guys ever have Adobe just ask you a million times if you want to update? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know there's a way to get rid of it. But anyway, so this is just a regular controller here, but this little grip here, it's by Toy Smith, and it's these things are fucking rare and very desirable. They go for about $70 to $100, and now there's like actually no listings on eBay, and hasn't been for like the last 6 months. So it's almost in one of those spots where you can kind of name your own price. And he only wanted $10, and like they would sell the controller for $10. So and it works really good. I've never used one, and I was playing it the other day, and like,
yeah, I don't think he cared that it had that thing on it.
He thought I was buying the controller.
The controller.
He thought this was worth it. I thought he was going to try to pull the controller out, and I was like, I don't care. Take the fucking controller. I just want that. But this is gold right here. This is like really hard to find, and I've been looking for one. Not really super active, but man, yeah, I will save that for Dollar Dorks if you ever come back.
So are you going to keep that, or are you going to flip
No,
it?
I'm going to keep it. I mean, but it's nice to know that the value's there. So if I ever come across another one, then I got like money in the bank. But for $10, that was a steal. You know what I mean? That was a major steal. And then so we went to another booth where the guy I'd known him before when I was building my 64 collection. He's the guy I actually bought the last cart off of. So I was like, hey, like, because we're all masked up, and I could just kind of, but I knew it was him. I'm like, hey, remember you saw? He goes, oh yeah. So he had only one Atari game, but like this King Kong is it's pretty rare, and being that it's like the blue, the blue cover, casing. It's by Tiger Vision, but it's a little more desired. I mean, initially he wanted 20, but he goes, oh, I'll give it to you for 15. The last time I remember looking it up, they sold in the 20 range. So I thought, because it's missing the in label. Then I looked them up, and the prices have skyrocketed. They're going for about $60 now, even without the in label. So I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and take that. So now I'll just get to, we'll wrap this up. I had a few other things, but fuck it, we'll just get to So I went to the swap meet the week before, and I actually got some vinyl. Yeah. Man, this was a heartbreaker, though. This guy had a huge stack of records and a lot of good stuff, but they were all warped or scratched. And I even thought about like just buying them because he only wanted a bucket. Well, originally he said $2 a piece, but then he's like, well, if you buy a lot, I'll give them to you for $1 a piece. So I'm like really just going through every one of them. I mean, he had all the really nice stuff from the 70s, like 70s rock. Like whoever had it was they had good taste. They were just all fucked up. But I did actually find one that wasn't. So I got this. I ended up getting this little Aerosmith here. And
that's a good one.
Yeah, it is. And I was happy with it. And ironically, it was kind of near the bottom too, which was surprisingly that it wasn't warped. But and
how much did you pay for it?
$2. He wanted, like I said, if I could have bought, because he's like, I'll give you 2 for $3 or 3 for 5. Like he was throwing out all the bargains. So I knew I can get them cheap, but this was the only one that wasn't warped, like literally. And what sucks is like they had like McCartney Ram. That was one I kind of wanted. I should have just bought that for the cover, but I just don't want to end up doing that because then I'll end up with multiple covers
or the ephemera.
And they had ephemera in them. Like almost all of them had something in them, but but some of them were wet. They had.
It must have been crazy warped for you to just see it, like warped.
It's like, right there. Yeah, and then the fact is, he had them all stacked on top of each other. So this is the way he's been doing it. I bet you when he got them, they weren't warped. That's the maddening part. I'm like, you did this because the way, because he sat them there like that. I'm just like, and it wasn't like this guy has a small booth. It's one of the larger booths in the swap meet, and it's even covered. Right, it's a covered booth. And yet he still had it out in the sun. And I'm like, fuck, he's been doing this for weeks because nobody gives a shit. Like that's one thing around here. You come up on used records, they're going to be cheap. Nobody cares unless they're in a store, but In yard sales, everybody's like, $2. Take the whole thing for $5. And, usually you end up with a bunch of fucking Steely Dan or Captain and Tennille shit. But
Steely Dan's good, man.
yeah, I know. But, whenever you see like 50 fucking Steely Dans, you don't want to see any more Steely Dans. You know what I mean? But, yeah, it just sucked, man. Because it was I thought for sure I was going to come back and just show all you suckers who's been paying $20. Okay.
Oh, well.
I have a breaking update I would like to share
Is it a bulge?
with everyone.
Oh.
shit.
That is major.
I think that's a leg.
That's a
Oh,
correction
no.
right there.
You can look it up yourself, but there's a little bit closer.
Dang, looks like he's wearing a freaking.
He's got a cod piece on.
He's got a cup on. God damn.
That's okay though, because that
That's a
counts.
bulge. That's
Very
a total
uniform.
bulge.
Very uniform.
That's a huge bulge.
And that is on
You
Ted
know he's
Nugent
not
Super Hits.
circumcised.
That's on Ted Nugent Super Hits.
Wow.
Woof.
All right, you're a man of your word, Kevin. We know it.
Okay, sure. There's to make well, there's nothing there.
That's what she said.
Nothing. There's nothing there. There's really nothing there. There's nothing to see.
Yeah, there is. I can still see where it happened.
You're a monster.
It's not.
You're
Get
starting
it up in
crazy.
that camera.
Yeah, come on, let's get a little bit closer. Get a little bit closer.
There you go.
Man,
Get a little bit closer. Get a
We're
little
a
bit
mile
closer.
away.
Come on.
Jesus, look at that thing.
Oh, come on, get a little bit closer. Put your head up.
Kevin.
Put your head
All
up.
right.
No wonder you've been wearing that beanie. Jesus. And I think it was all because of my shitty VHS tapes. You have to hate VHS now for
Well, I
life.
heard VHS already.
Right, but-
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, I got chills all over my body.
man.
I gotta call in sick tomorrow now.
now.
Oh,
I'm just glad it wasn't vertical like that, because then it would have been really bad.
Man.
For those who missed it a couple episodes back, Kevin went looking in his DVD shelves for a DVD, a very unknown DVD, and he managed to wring his head off his fireplace mantle and gushed blood.
And when we cut back, he's like big old bandit, like he's holding.
That was
his head.
fine.
What the hell happened?
It's all good.
Yeah,
Check that
You're
out.
a
All
good
these
sport about it,
episodes
though.
are on. You can check that out.
Yeah.
Episode 38.
Time stamped on my Twitter. So
and I would like to point out, I went through every Ted Nugent album, and that is the only one that features any sort of bulge. There's
And
actually
you know that's
one
a
where
big
it goes
bulge, too.
inside. It's like, what is that? Conclave or concave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Nugent, man.
Oh.
He came through though.
He almost did right through.
Cat. We saw it's like cat scratch fever, right?
I wonder if that album is in 3D.
Well, let me tell you, Mr. Matt Bandy has been sitting ever so patiently for an hour and 46 minutes to
Good
whip
guy,
out some
Matt.
vinyl.
Dude,
Bulges and all.
Yeah,
I
We
got
made
some
it.
records to show.
it is all you. And let me cue things up for everyone.
take us home, Bandy.
Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot about the big bandy. Yeah. So I went record shopping this Saturday at my local record shop, Booba Records in San Luis Obispo, California, and found some stuff that I wasn't necessarily looking for, but I was glad to pick up. So the first record I'll go in order from where I found or which records I ended up finding first. So the first record I discovered or picked up was Fats
Oh,
Domino
nice.
record. Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's just self-titled Fats Domino. I believe this is it's on Everest Records. I've never heard of this record label before. It says it's previously released on Mercury Records. So I believe this is probably just a collection of some of his singles, but it has My Blue Heaven, but I'm Walking to New Orleans was another big, doesn't have Blueberry Hill, but it has Blue Monday. So yeah, I do dig Fats Domino, and if you
Yeah,
look
he's great.
go on Discogs and look at his discography, there's so many Fats Domino records. Yeah, but these are good stuff. Real good stuff. Let's pull this out just to see what the label looks like on this. So it's just yeah, Everest Records. Never heard of the label before.
Looks like a solid record. It's not flimsy or anything, right?
Yeah, no, it's all good. And then I picked up Country Partners, Lorella and Conway Twitty. Look at that fucking hair.
That is something.
How good is that hair?
That is like Ken doll hair.
That is not going anywhere,
Jesus.
man. So and here we got the back here.
Dude, Loretta Lynn was smoking. Huh?
She looked
she's
really
good
good in
looking,
that
man.
front photo.
Yeah.
Like,
So
oh,
I've been looking for they have a couple records they did together. There is one it's Mississippi Man, I think is the name of it's either the name of the album or the track. It is so good. And I've listened to that record before on Spotify, and I've been trying to find it. They didn't unfortunately have it. But this is actually this one I didn't listen to yet. But yeah, it's good. I love any of their stuff from the 70s. So, and it says it's if you can see that there. Is that going to focus? No, you can't see it, but it says excellent condition.
Mm.
Gotta
and
be true.
now, Bandy, this is a Norwegian black metal band.
Yeah, it is. Uh-huh.
It's pastoral.
Oh.
So very pastoral.
And they had a print run of like 3. And you got a patch with it.
You can only get it on Bandcamp.
Oh, okay.
Only on Bandcamp.
You gonna share that download code?
Maybe. And then I picked up another one.
Oh, I've seen that one around.
Yeah. So this one's called We Only Make Believe. And this one I did listen to. I listened to this last night. And I swear every single song on this is about a cheating relationship or some sort of infidelity. And it is really, really good, actually. There's a song, Don't Tell Me You're Sorry. Check that song out. It's pretty funny. And there was one track on here, I believe it's called Working Girl, and it was about a prostitute. But it was it almost didn't sound like a country song. It was more kind of like they were going for like some pop song. It was kind of weird. And felt kind of out of place. But yeah, this is another cool record. So yeah, I was happy to get that. Unfortunately, they didn't have the one duet album that I wanted to get, but I'm happy to get these as well. And then, any guesses?
More Conway Twitty?
No. Close.
More Loretta.
Hank
More
Williams?
Loretta.
Oh,
Nice.
So
Look at
I'm
that.
going to ask. Yeah, she's gorgeous. This, I believe, is a collection of some of her bigger hits. It's got Coal Miner's Daughter. Now, I'm kind of embarrassed. There's a little bit Bill Condish here. There's some writing on the back.
Oh,
But
What
it
is
looks
that?
like this
a lot of MFs.
MF.
Very upset with this album.
So this is a promo copy.
It looks like they
Not
graded
Brazil.
each track.
I don't know. I've come across those before where people like, oh, they're this is the good one, or they like this one, or I don't know if the F is fair. I don't know. But yeah, Coal Miner's Daughter. That's a great track if you've ever heard that.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I was a little hesitant because it's got this sticker on there, and I think it's probably been on there since 1976, because that thing usually with tape like that, you use some Goo Gone or like a hair dryer to get it off. This thing is like, it feels like it's fused with the cardboard now, like it's become part of the cardboard. So I don't know if I'm even going to try to take that off. And yeah, just fun. MCA Records. And then I picked up. This was shown last week, actually. John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yes, that was a good one.
For the longest time, I never knew this was like a painting. I thought it was a picture.
Oh no!
But this is like an airbrushed drawing of John Cougar Mellencamp.
A little
bulge.
A little bulge.
Is it?
Not much.
No.
More than Nugent.
Well, not that last one.
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
So yeah, love this record.
That's such a good one.
Yeah.
You found that over the weekend?
Yeah. These are all
Nice.
from the same. These are all from the same.
No, what'd you pay for that one there, Matt?
These are all probably $5 each.
Mm.
Got the lyrics and some band photos here. And then this was probably the one I was most happy to pick up.
Oh,
Stormbringer,
Stormbringer.
Yeah. So this was, this is actually the only Deep Purple record that I own right now. I had other Deep Purple records in the past, like I had Machine Head and maybe a few others, but I don't know what's happened to those records because they are not with my other records, so I have no idea. But yeah, I was pretty pumped to get this record. This one, of course, features David Coverdale and I believe Glenn Hughes as well, singing some songs on here. Yeah, when I first heard this, I had a friend show me this years ago, and I'd never heard anything with Coverdale singing, and I'd nenever heard the track Stormbringer, which is an awesome track. But yeah, at that point, I didn't know the history of Deep Purple. I didn't know how many different what do they call them? There's like phases of the band there was at that time.
Mark 1,
Yeah,
Mark 2, Mark 3.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was pumped to get this.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. Just yeah, nice and clean too.
Nice.
Yeah. And I got the lyrics on the back.
I think you said last week you were going to go hunting for Deep Purple too, didn't you?
No.
I thought I remember saying that. I think you did.
No, you're just wrong, Bill.
Yeah. Yeah, cool record. Pumped on that.
That was $5 too?
No, this was like I think I paid $10 for this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and show this one. I did not pick up this record this weekend. Those were all the records I picked up this weekend. But I'm surprised none of this next artist that I'm going to show hasn't shown up on 40 episodes of the show that we've done. And it is a record by Rod Stewart.
Wow, you're right.
Yeah, surprise. So this is Every Picture Tells a Story. Are you guys a fan of this at all?
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Yeah. So this one has Mandolin Wind. Every Picture Tells a Story. I believe this, has Maggie May on it too. Yeah, I like this record a lot. I'm going to play this one quite a bit. So I've had this one, I think, by the sticker on here. I probably got this from Threshold Records in Chicago for $4 on 10/23/2004.
Hmm.
So
What?
Yeah, that's when I picked up this record in 2004.
Why did they have the date on the price tag? They like price it.
I don't know. It's probably the date that they priced it. Maybe
Uh,
I'm not sure. But Threshold Records. That's how I can always tell where I got because they always put the sticker on the label, inner label.
well, around here, Matt, they put the sticker on the record.
That makes no sense.
Now I got one more record to show, so we'll say this is the palate cleanse of the records that I've shown. So this is a band from Pennsylvania. I believe they're from Philly, called Death Cycle.
I knew
There
it.
we go.
There it is.
And I couldn't let you guys down. So
That better
Death
be a
Cycle-
colored record.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've listened to this, but I have a feeling it's not. It might be on black. But this was put out by my buddy Joe on his record label Lifeline Records out of Midlothian, Illinois, which is a South Chicago suburb. Death Cycle are no longer a band. They were an underrated hardcore punk band that unfortunately didn't. I don't know if they just didn't tour very much or they just didn't get the recognition that I thought they should. But this album's great. This is their first full length. They had a 7-inch, this record, and then one more album after that. This is, I think, it's just self-titled.
Denise says this is her favorite album.
Nice. So it is not colored, Curtis. It doesn't actually. Whoa! So I thought it was clear. Okay. So this is
That's pretty sweet. You delivered big time, Bandy.
Yeah. So this is a great record. Got a good track on here called. Is this on here? Yeah, Religion is Mind Control. That's a great song. These guys were also really, really into ECW wrestling.
That's funny.
So there you go.
What
Got the lyrics?
is ECW wrestling?
Chris,
Well,
you care to
Oh boy.
explain ECW?
Oh, I should have asked if it was a quick explanation.
Chris, you're muted.
My bad. Okay. It was underground wrestling that actually ended up challenging the bigger guys at the time. But they were very hardcore. A lot of people got scarred, maimed, and it was pretty
the punk
very,
rock
very,
wrestling.
very violent wrestling. But it had the mix of young and up and comers and has-beens, which
Now sauce perks up.
yeah, ECW. So anyway, and even to this day, being that it was such a in the scheme of things, far as how long they lasted, it still has an impact even today. You'll still see someone do like a big spot in wrestling, and the fans will start chanting ECW, ECW. So
were the Dudley Boys. They're out of there.
Mhm.
Tommy Dreamer,
Rob Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam, Taz. Who was that other? Who was the New Jack? Oh man,
they just did a pretty good, a very
Sabu.
good documentary on New Jack, and that gives you kind of a taste about if you want to watch the show called
You did this, Kevin.
Beyond the Mat. No, you might like it though, Kevin.
Yeah, that's a fun one. You don't have
it's
to.
a good
watch,
documentary. It's not watching wrestling. It's a documentary on. It gives you a lot of insight on how out of control this was.
Okay,
that dude was.
You should watch it. It's pretty good.
What's it called? What's the documentary called?
Beyond the Mat.
Oh, I've heard of that.
1999.
I've heard of that.
They have a lot of very good they go over a lot of big moments in wrestling, but that one right there will give you an idea of kind of how out of control ECW was.
And for me, watching those documentaries now is almost more entertaining than I like the behind the scenes stuff with wrestling, and that to me, that's where the cool story is.
Absolutely.
Especially that incident that New Jack was in with that kid, how they didn't just straight up.
They didn't vet this guy. He
dude.
just came right off the street, and he said he wanted to get beat up, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna beat you up," and he really hurt this guy. It's very insane. Not to say I condone that, but it was, he was. Yeah, he said he was older than he was, but he turned out he was like either 17 or 18. Yeah. Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah, I knew it wasn't Beyond the Mat. That's that documentary. Dark Side of the Ring is what it's called.
Oh, okay.
And who's the dude he threw off the. There was another
Beyond the Mat's good though.
Beyond the Mat's cool, but that's not what we're talking about. This is what you want to watch.
Yeah. That's right. That's the
kid that got jacked up.
His gimmick, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for hour 3, Kevin, you can host the wrestling show.
Yeah. Apparently, all I need to do is ask one question and then just sit back.
Yeah.
I thought the answer was going to be East California wrestling, and
the East stood for extreme because it was the 90s and everything had to be extreme.
I'm surprised it wasn't an X then.
No, that would be kind of lame.
Well, we used to be didn't it used to be Eastern Championship Wrestling?
Yeah, it was. So they kept the acronym.
Yeah,
but it was basically, it doesn't matter, Kevin.
Was that Paul Haim's promotion? Was he the guy behind it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was gnarly.
All right.
That dude didn't die.
That's good. Oh,
so that's a palate cleanse. Right there. Let's talk about a little ECW for the next hour. You ready, Kevin?
Yeah, I think I gotta go to bed.
Chris, I know you held back on some of your pickups, Chris.
Yeah, I did. I was trying to be cool about it. I got
Speaking of.
All right. Well, we did our 2 hours. Another great time as usual. Thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks guys for joining me on this stream. It's been a lot of fun. I hate to tell you, we're almost through my Bob Dylan collection. I know my friends here on the screen are going to be super angry. Maybe I'll dig more stuff up somewhere. I'll try to get more for you.
We could just start it over. Go through it again.
Yeah, for sure. If you like what you saw, definitely give us a follow. We're all on Twitter. I'm STC Pod, and Curtiss is Curtiss Frisle, and Chris Roberts is there. He is. That's everywhere you can find the Chris Roberts. He's like, I'm so happy I sent him that sticker.
Yeah, and don't forget about the new ones.
Oh.
Yeah, Chris Roberts is shilling.
Sold out, but this is the extra little stack. But man, it was it was fire, man. Bill only wished he had that much action.
That's true. Sticker action. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Got to go with the sticker action.
Stickers. I got magnets coming soon.
That's going to be big.
Yeah, magnets.
What about it? And patches. What if you get patches, Matt Bandy?
I actually have some designs in my mind. I don't have no artistic talent. So
Chris Roberts, X Matt Bandy X, Buried on Mars. Of course, you can go to buriedonmars.com where he's writing up all these reviews and all kinds of stuff. Check that out. And we're all on this letterbox thing too, where we do our movie reviews. We'll drop a movie review and talk about it a little quick couple lines. You can find us on that under our names as well. I think I'm Bill Coprod on that. So that's it. Thanks for joining us. Episode 40 is in the books. 40, almost a year. Crazy.
You don't want to talk about amiibos or no?
We'll probably take a little time off now. We'll probably take next week off and come back on the weekend, I'm thinking. Anyways, it'll be a little while. It won't be the 4 or 5 days that this one was. This was a quick turnaround. So we'll be a little bit longer next time, but we'll be back for episode 41 with more vinyl, more music chat, and apparently some amiibos and the rest of the Top Gun.
Oh, that was nice.
Is that the first one or Top Gun 2? I need Top Gun 2. I got one.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, chat. We'll see you next time.
Numero uno.